Attorney at law Cabral Douglas is calling on the resignation of Sir Dennis Byron following the decision by the Caribbean Court of Justice to deny him leave to sue the government of Dominica. Douglas filed a $3 million suit against the government after dancehall artist Tommy Lee Sparta and his entourage had been refused entry into Dominica and were deported in February 2014. The artist had been contracted by Douglas to perform in Portsmouth that year. However, Douglas's attempt to sue at the CCJ level has failed. Douglas is now calling for the resignation of Sir Dennis Byron, particularly as pertinent questions have not been answered.
Is it proper for a sitting judge to be meeting and communicating with a party to judicial proceedings while the matter is in progress? 2. Is it proper for a sitting judge to announce that his court has come to a decision in favor of the defendant while in the presence of the defendant in these very proceedings away from the court? 3. Is it proper for a sitting judge to convene his court in his absence while he's in the presence of the defendant at a meeting, a heads of government meeting, in Guyana in this case? 4. Does holding the position of president of the CCJ and president of the body responsible for regulating the independence of the CCJ, the Regional and Judicial Legal Services Commission, holding those two positions simultaneously constitute a conflict of interest under the circumstances? These are the questions that need to be asked. These are the questions that need to be answered. I've put them to the president of the OSCS Bar Association. He's refused to answer them. And now I'm putting them to the commission in order so that we can resolve this matter in a manner that is consistent with the rule of law, consistent with the rules of natural justice, and open and transparent so that the people of the country can evaluate the credibility of the court.
Douglas, who has taken to Facebook to voice his opinions, says the role of the OECS and the Dominica Bar Association is to maintain the integrity of the court, hence the reason he has called for an investigation in the practices of Sir Dennis Byron. However, both legal organizations have condemned Douglas's actions, stating that though they respect one's right to freedom of expression, it must be done in a respectful manner.